out pretty well last time.
So what's it like when you're how do you let her come in and do some...
Bienvenue à l'aréna du centre ville pour la compétition de hockey des Jeux d'hiver du Canada
I don't
2019.
really like to
Cette
throw.
compétition est présentée par Quebec, fier partenaire des Jeux du Canada. Les clubs de ce soir opposent l'équipe Québec et l'équipe Colombie-Britannique. Pour cette partie, l'équipe Québec est désignée comme équipe hôte. Avant de poursuivre, nous tenons à remercier les Premières Nations faisant partie du traité numéro 6, l'Epeat et du traité numéro 7 qui marque la seconde. Dans l'histoire de l'Union du sport international traditionnel. Cette région est également un lieu de rassemblement traditionnel des Métis et c'est un privilège de pouvoir nous y réunir dans le cadre de cet événement.
Well, I just noticed you were looking that way. The goalie's coming off, and I think the game's on. Yeah. Maybe you might want to mention that. Yeah, for sure.
Welcome to the downtown arena, site of the hockey competition for the 2019 Canada Winter Games. This competition is presented by SportCheck, a proud national partner of the Canada Games. SportCheck, find what moves you. This evening's game features Team Quebec against Team British Columbia. For this game, Team Quebec is designated as the home team. We wish to acknowledge the ancestral and traditional indigenous territories of Treaty 63 and Treaty 7 Blackburn and Stoney Nations. We also recognize this region as a historical Métis gathering site, and we are grateful to be here as we gather today for this event.
The one thing that they don't do is like the power play and penalties and all that stuff. They make sure it's not allowed.
Oh, good.
Because it is an important part of the game as well.
We got a cow back.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour chanter l'hymne national interprété par Pallor. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the singing of a national anthem sung by Pallor.
Good evening and welcome to the quarterfinal game. This one between British Columbia
and Quebec. Quebec coming into this game with a perfect 3-0 record, the only team left in the tournament with an unblemished record. British Columbia, they entered this game with a 2-2 record. They entered the wild card game last night with a 1-2 record, losing to Manitoba and Alberta, beating Saskatchewan, and then they beat Prince Edward Island commandingly by a score of 15-1. That was at the Centrium last night, and that earned their spot in this game against Quebec. Quebec beat Ontario by a score of 7-3. They also beat New Brunswick 5-2 and Nova Scotia 10-2, and we are off here at the Downtown Service Arena here in Red Deer, Alberta. 7:30 local time as we see British Columbia on the attack right away. And we'll go all the way back to the neutral zone. And with it now, we'll be back in the Quebec zone. Joshua Waugh controls that on the near side. Lead pass now to Justin Roby. He's going to take a shot and handled that time by the goaltender. Jacob Guevin again to Roby Daba, just out offside was Justin Waugh. As we are just over 30 seconds into this quarterfinal game, we saw Ontario beat Manitoba by a score of 6-3 in the early quarterfinal, and the winner of this game will see Ontario in that semifinal tomorrow evening. Zack Bolduc and number 17 of British Columbia, Logan Stankoven. In that draw, Stankoven does win. That ties him up, and now British Columbia have possession. Pelerin off the far side boards. He has possession on the right side. He has Larose making a diving stab at it. Larose has played 3 games, and in 2 of those games has recorded a hat trick, so expect him to get on the score sheet as he has in every single game so far. And that shot just off of the arm of Larose and out of play, and another whistle just over a minute in to the first period. Jovar Tinling of Quebec taking the draw, and that was against number 12 Carson Latimer. And it's still in the BC zone. They do have possession. And now with Elias Carmichael. Big hit that time by Jovar Tinling into the Quebec bench. And Latimer shakes that one off. He's back into play. And just waiting behind his own goal, number 7 Charlie Truchon. Neutral zone pass just missed. The stick that time of number 15, Steele Queering, and Quebec have possession in the neutral zone. And it looks to be a penalty. A cross check is what I saw from the broadcast booth. And number 17, Alexei Van Hoot, does not like it one bit. But nonetheless, BC will get their first power play of the game under 2 minutes in to period at number 1. Stankoven gets tied up. Nonetheless, British Columbia do have possession still with Stankoven. Trevor Wong now with number 7, Graham Sward. Back to Wong on that far side. Sward at the point. Sward will take a quick shot, deflected wide, and Stankoven will recover. Now with it on the near side, Cage Newens. A battle with 2 players of each team, Newens being one of them. And Stankoven does get possession, and it's behind the Quebec goal. Still with possession is British Columbia. Now with number 7, Graham Sward. Back to Trevor Wong. Tried to get a tip in front, just missed the stick. That time, looking for it was number 8, Michael Abgrall, and will go all the way to the British Columbia end. Both teams making changes. Graham Sward still waiting for his teammates to get ready and get the next rush. 1 minute left to go in the first power play of the game. Quebec could be away. This is a number 25, Nathan Gauthier. And just hooked a little bit, and the net is going to be off the moorings. No penalty, but definitely slowed Gauthier down. And a great short-handed opportunity that time for Quebec. Really their first prime scoring opportunity, just could not get a good shot off the great defensive play by British Columbia. 44 seconds left to go in power play number 1 for BC. 17 minutes, we're 3 minutes in to period number 1. Now with Bentham taken away and stripped that time, number 21, Anthony Berdard. And all the way back out, and Boutin can handle that. Bentham still with it. Now Jake Chiasson. Bentham done well to keep the puck in, but a lunging Tristan Waugh is able to get that out of the zone. Boutin just slaps that down and unexpectedly hits number 15, Steele Queering, as he was heading for a change. The penalty to Quebec is now over. Alexei Van Hoot is back on the bench. Joshua Waugh for Quebec, their leading point scorer, with 10 points, 3 goals, 7 assists, just missed his teammate making a lunge at the net. Waugh with it once again. He has Roby to his left, but a great defensive play by British Columbia is able to stop that attack. Carmichael just flips that into the Quebec zone. He's going to go for a change. A new set of forward and defensive pairings for British Columbia. Quebec's going to do the same as it goes to the British Columbia end. And a long pass for Trevor Wong. He just tips that into the zone. Charlie Truchon trying to fend off the British Columbia attacker, and he does well, but nonetheless Quebec does maintain possession. Great chance that time by Leroux, who is looking for goal number 8 in this tournament, and a nice save that time from British Columbia's Thomas Milic. Milic will certainly be busy in this game, as Quebec a high-powered offense in this tournament, one of the premier offenses, and British Columbia certainly have their hands full in this game. Just shot at the net and looking for a redirection, it does, but great save that time by the Quebec goaltender, number 31, William Blackburn. Rashard tries to find his teammates in front, Tinling, but good blocker save that time by Milic. Chiasson trying to do himself into the Quebec zone, and Quebec can gain possession once again. Stripped by Chiasson, but nobody near him. And Quebec once again gets possession behind their own net. Malatesta trying to go through. Bentham doesn't work, and just chipped into the zone is Tinling, and he's going to go off for a change. Gauthier regains possession, and a quick shot, and another good save by Thomas Milic, and he'll hang on. We have played just under 7.5 minutes at the downtown Service Center. This quarterfinal between Quebec and British Columbia. Quebec, like I said, coming in a perfect 3-0. British Columbia having to beat PEI, and they did handily last night in that wild card game to earn their spot into this quarterfinal. Joshua Waugh loses that face-off to British Columbia. And now Joshua Waugh will look for once again and just in front of Justine Robida. And British Columbia regain possession beyond their own net. Still with Joshua Waugh now. Great chance. Stefan Robida through Milic, but he just got just enough to put that away to the other side of the net. Roby flips it to Joshua Waugh. A great line for that Quebec team, and a quick shot that time by Olivier Newdow.
This line has been dominant for Quebec. It's also a big part of their power play. Roby essentially controlling the Quebec power play, son of ex-Toronto Maple Leaf Stéphane Roby.
Roby has 3 goals in this tournament. Joshua Waugh, 10 points, 3 goals, 7 assists. And number 10 is Zack, 7 goals and 2 assists. So those 3 players really dominating this Quebec scoring, and the main reason why they're off to that 3-0 start in the tournament. In that far corner it is now number 20, Finn Williams, trying to get it to his teammate, but Quebec steals the puck, and now they are in the British Columbia end. Mikel Dioté fires one on net and goes right through the goal crease. Nobody on Quebec is able to get a hand on that. Truchon waiting out the British Columbia defense and takes a quick shot, and an easy save that time by Thomas Milic, and he will freeze once again. 12:23 left to go in period number 1. Now it must be tough for British Columbia to come into this game after beating PEI by a score of 15-1 and then come into a game where they have to play Quebec, the top team in the tournament. We'll see how they do against a team like Quebec, is such a high power team after fighting such a lowly Prince Edward Island team. Larose loses that face-off draw to number 17, Logan Stankoven, but Quebec quick to get on the forecheck and does win that puck back in the British Columbia zone. Larose is going to go to number 5 for Quebec, Guévin. Battle forward on that near side. Rashard takes it back, easily gloved, and British Columbia can go on the counter-attack. Guévin with it in his own end. The forecheck by British Columbia is there, but Quebec able to get it loose, and now they have a 3-on-2. Milic has to be smart with playing the puck, and he does well. And now it's Trevor Wong with it, waiting for his teammates, and the back pass to Stankoven just not there, and British Columbia will take it all the way back into their own zone. Tyson Galloway, his pass to Trevor Wong. Trevor Wong's shot is blocked, and Quebec has possession once again. Luneau flips that in, and quickly on it is Alexei Van Hoots. Battle on the far side. Van Hoots right in the middle of it. Van Hoots is able to come away with it, and he tries to flip that over the shoulder of Milic to go high, and the net is just off of the pegs, and the whistle will come to the right of Thomas Milic. One clean that time by Donver Tilling. But British Columbia steals it from him and is able to go on the attack now. Semenoff trying to get by the Quebec defenders. Quebec with it in the neutral zone. Van Hooten now trying to get by. And has it in the slot. A lot of room for Van Hoots. Trying to get it in front for his teammate. That was Malatesta. And just at the nick of time is blocked by British Columbia, and they can clear it down the ice. Truchon with space coming into the zone. He has players to his right. Still with Truchon. Great shot that time by number 12. That was Olivier Newdow. And still with Newdow behind his own net. A great pass, and the net is off the pegs. The ref didn't realize it for a second. And play again will be stopped. Relentless pressure by Quebec in the last few minutes. Nothing coming, though, as the score still reads 0-0. It looked like Kubek was thinking there could be a penalty shot, possibly, because it looked like Milic knocked the net off. Although you can never tell if it's intentional or not. We will just resume play with the faceoff. Joshua Waugh looking in front. Great pass to Roby, just could not get it in the where he wanted it to and get the shot off, and British Columbia can clear the zone. Quickly having to make a move, it is Guevin. And British Columbia nearly strips the puck in the offensive zone. And Quebec can get out of their zone cleanly. Joshua Waugh on the forecheck. Newdow right behind him is able to scoop that puck up, trying to find Roby in the middle. But British Columbia has sticks in front, and they are able to corral that and get the puck up ice. Quickly into their zone, it is number 12, Carson Latimer, and nobody with him as the rest of his line mates are making a change. Good individual effort by Latimer, but nobody with him. Tristan Waugh in the corner trying to get the puck out. Waugh with it once again. Another save by Milic. He had it and then left it for a second and trying to jam at it was Quebec, but now it's back behind their own net. And just out of the zone, not able to handle that, was number 8, Tristan Luneau. And it could cost him as BC is on the rush, but good defensive play by Luneau. Getting that one right back, and a turnover in the neutral zone. Tanaka Campbell dumps that into the Quebec end and goes in for a change. British Columbia has pressure in behind the net. Luneau trying to get it out. He's been on here for a while. Gibson gets a second opportunity and fans on that one. And now it's a one-on-one. Great speed coming through the neutral zone, but broken up by British Columbia. Gauthier has it on that far side. He drops it back for his teammate, Michael Diote. In front, and it looks like a cross-check. Easy call that time for the referees. And heading to the box, it will be Graham Sward, one of the better defensemen and better penalty kills, better penalty killers, I should say, of the British Columbia team, is going to be going to the box for 2 or less. As we know that the Quebec power play can be lethal at some times. It's really the big reason how they handily beat Ontario just a few nights ago.
This line in particular was the line that did a lot of the dominating in that Ontario game.
It's with Olivier Newdow, now with Roby. Back to Joshua Waugh. Newdow is trying to find his teammate Rashard on that far side, just off his stick and over his. Battle on that near side, and Tanaka Campbell is able to dump that out. And it will be Blackburn just going to his teammate, Joshua Waugh. Quebec in no rush here as it seems, but Joshua Waugh will take the puck up ice, finding his teammate. That is number 20, Roby. Waugh once again has it in the slot. Gets around a couple British Columbia defenders, but off the stick. That time of BC's number 20, Finn Williams, and that will go all the way down as another good penalty kill by British Columbia, and they're going to go off for a change. Blackburn leaves the puck for Luneau. He's waiting for his teammates to get set up, and we're off and running. 52 seconds left to go in this Quebec power play. Another turnover in the neutral zone, and BC will just fire that down the ice. Tristan Luneau, he's going to go to Bolduc. The clearing attempt hits the shin guard unintentionally of Luneau and stays in the British Columbia zone. Now behind the net, and unexpectedly, Maxon Pelerin has to reach for just off the toe of his stick. And Quebec has to set up once again, really having nothing going so far. We already see the second power play unit up. Pelerin, he's going to go far side now with Zack Bolduc. Back to Pelerin. Luneau. Bolduc now back to Pelerin on the near side. 5-on-5 hockey, as quickly coming back on the ice was Graham Sward. And he is going back to the ice with British Columbia with a chance now. And Blackburn is forced to make his first big save of the game. That one on number 17, Logan Stankoven, and he'll cover up. 5.5 left to go in period number 1 here at the Downtown Service Center in Red Deer, Alberta. 11-1, the shots on goal in favor of Quebec. Really a dominating first period, but the scoreboard is what matters, and it's currently 0-0 after a strong performance in net so far by number 35, Thomas Millick, in goal for British Columbia.
Quebec trying to rebound from a 4th place finish last year. Not that it's the worst place, but they've never gone back-to-back Canada games without finishing in a medal position, in men's hockey at least.
Certainly on pace to do that after a very convincing preliminary round, the only team to go 3-0. But it could all come crashing to a halt if British Columbia stuns them today. The linesman sorting something out with the scorer's booth. That's what the delay is for right now, and we're good to go. 5.5 left to go in period number 1, a very entertaining period and dominated by Quebec. Now with Bentham, he's going to go to his teammate, but he's getting tied up by Quebec, although BC does regain possession. Malatesta, he's trying to find his teammate Tinling, but deflected, and it will go all the way back to the Quebec zone. Bentham with it now. And just brought into the Quebec zone that time by Michael Abgrell, and holding on to that will be Blackburn, and it will be another face-off, this time towards his left. Under 5 to go now in period number 1. 11-1 the shots on goal, as I mentioned. Quebec really dominating in that department and really having the most of the pressure, but BC doing a very good job defending the high-powered attack of Quebec. Quebec wins that draw, and they're able to get up the ice quickly. Larose going to go to his teammate number 9, that was Boutin, but BC another great defensive play. Now it's Chiason. A quick shot, Blackburn has to use his shoulder, and now Ty Gibson has to rush to get back before Gauthier. Now it's Tristan Wai, loses the puck, and now BC has it behind their own net. A giveaway right in front, and Gauthier trying to shovel it towards Larose. Cage Newens will just flip that into the Quebec zone and head off for a change. Larose trying to fend off the BC player, but now there's time for a quick shot. That time by Finn Williams. Williams gets another chance and misses the net high and wide. Larose, great play to get the puck out of the zone, but there was a bigger body of number 3 on BC, Elias Carmichael, there to stop him. Finn Williams now within the attacking zone. Good hit that time by Quebec, frees the puck up, and now there's room for Joshua Waugh. Waugh uses the boards to his advantage, trying to skate onto that pass he gave to himself, just out of the reach of him, and BC will come at the ice once again. 3.5 left to go in period number 1. 0-0 the score, but the shots 11-2 in favor of Quebec. Now with Joshua Waugh just over his stick, and he'll have to go on the forecheck. BC corrals that loose puck, and another flip into the Quebec zone, and going off for a change is number 4, Tyson Galloway. Tanaka Campbell trying to get that far side space, but edging him off very well that time, number 5, Jacob Guevin. Bentham and Larose going into the boards, but Larose coming up with it. He has Roby to his left. He likes to go towards his right, making a move. Roby goes off for a change. Larose takes it himself. He's behind the net. Pelerin is giving him an option, but turned away, and BC will flip that over to the Quebec end. Buentin taking it himself. He's going to flip that out, and it'll be icing as he just flipped it a little bit too early of that red line, and some tired bodies for Quebec are going to have to stay out just a little bit longer. Under 2.5 left to go before we see the first horn in the first period. Draw one cleanly by Stankoven. A quick shot and just wide of the net. Now it's with Stankoven once again behind that Quebec end. Getting held up by Bolduc. And Bolduc is able to flip it towards his teammate, but a turnover again leads to Breezy getting a chance in their offensive end. A good play by Quebec to regain possession. Larose been out there for over a minute and a half so far. He's going to skate all the way behind his own net. He's going to go for another rush. Still has some speed as he's blowing by a couple of the BC players. He's going to drop it back to Bolduc in. A great stick play that time by a number 14, a Trevor Wong. Allows that shot to be blocked. Pelerin with it on that far side against that BC defender. And Milik will cover that after a glove save under a minute and a half left to go in period number one. A period that Quebec has really had the majority of the pressure so far. 11-3 are the shots on target. But nonetheless, 0-0 is the score we're looking at. Tinling and Chiasson on that draw. Tied up, and BC has possession coming outside of that zone. Newens chips it into the zone. Now number 19 with the 4BC just loses it. And now Tinling has to chase after that. Newens is going to flip that towards Chiasson. And a great chance that time again by Chiasson, but just wide of the net. It will be a face-off just outside of the Quebec zone as O'Brien flips it over the glass. No delay of game as it was in the offensive end. Under a minute left to go in period number one. 56.1 seconds says the game clock. 11-3 shots on goal. 0-0 the score. Finn Williams wins that one clearly. Passes Ty Gibson and just flipped into the zone. That time by Graham Sward. Great opportunity in front and just wide. A great that glove save that was by Blackburn. One of his best this evening and one of his only this evening. Gauthier flips that one back, and now it is with number 21, Anthony Bardard. Trying to get it to Tristan Waugh in front, but Bardard just a little bit in front of him. Boutin tried to get a shot on goal, but Semenoff with a great block flips that over the net. 10 seconds left in a period in number one. And just flipped into the zone that time by number 9, Caden Bankier. And that is how period number one will end. And British Columbia happy perhaps with the score so far. Haven't let Quebec get on the score sheet. 0-0 the score as we head into the first intermission. We'll be back with more coverage of this game between British Columbia and Quebec in just about 15 minutes. We're off in period number 2. This game between Quebec and British Columbia, the quarterfinal game. The winner of this will meet Ontario in the semifinal tomorrow night at Century Marina. We are here at the Downtown Service Center in Red Deer, Alberta. Now into the neutral zone, it will be now with number 20, Justin Roby, firing that into the middle. Justine Waugh just cannot handle that. Great save that time by Milic at the side of his net. Had to get a glove on it. And Guevan just fires wide of the net. Guevan still within the corner. Roby with some space in front. He's going to find Justine Waugh. And just another save by Milic. Relentless pressure here by Quebec to begin the second period. BC finally able to clear the zone. Now with it, number 14, Maxon Pelerin loses it. But Quebec is able to regain possession once again. Milic handling the puck behind his net. And Pellerin still with it. There's a glove in that far corner that's still yet to be retrieved by a player. And Trevor Waugh will handle that into the Quebec end, and Quebec is making a change. Trying to skate on that was Zack Bolduc, just a little bit out of his reach. And Quebec will flip that in the BC zone and chase that in. Trevor Wong will pass to Alex Jason.
Just an updated score from the Century Arena. It's Alberta 4, New Brunswick 2 after 1 period of play.
Still unsure of where the face-off. It looks like it'll be just outside of the Quebec end of the ice. Carson Lanomier going against number 16, Dovar Tinling. And now British Columbia has possession. Tinling with it on the near side. He's going towards that neutral zone. The flip pass, trying to find his teammates. Number 11, James Malatesta. A quick shot that time by Tinling, just whistles wide of the net. And around the boards it goes. Handled this time by Charlie Truchon. And flipped into the zone once again by Quebec. With some speed, Carson Lanomier circles around the Quebec zone behind the net now. And still Lanomier trying to fend off the Quebec attacker. But nonetheless, it is in the BC zone. With Malatesta possession still with the puck. Malatesta has space, a lot of it, and he's going to wire one top right corner. And a big goal by Quebec, who have dominated the first period. And they now lead 1-0 off the goal. An individual effort, I should say, of James Malatesta, making this a 1-0 game, his second goal of the tournament. That goal happened because of a slip up by the BC player. A lost stick as well contributed to that, and just too much room for you to leave Malatesta wide open, and he's going to convert on that every single time. And he made no mistake on that one, and Quebec lead 1-0, less than 3 minutes into period number 2. Now with it in the neutral zone, number 11, Cage Newens. Kobe Verdicki is going to try and push that in, and now Quebec has possession once again in the neutral zone. Tristan Waugh chases after that, but BC again can regain possession in their own end. Cage Newens again will flip that in front, but Quebec can regain possession once again. Now with Graham Sward tipped in to the zone and quickly going off for a change is Cage Newens for a new set of lines. Bedard chips that in again. Quebec will make a change. Battle in that far corner of the ice between a bunch of British Columbia players, and quickly shot on that time by number 20, Justin Robida, but up to the task that time was Milik. Now number 4, Tyson Galloway, trying to gain possession, but instead is stripped of the puck by Newdow. And Justine Waugh just cannot get a handle on that and is going to have to regroup. Charlie Truchon, and that is just wide after the save by Milik. And trying to clear that out, not far enough. Quebec regains possession in the neutral zone. Bentham fires that in the Quebec zone, save that time by Blackburn. And now Quebec with Justine Waugh in that BC zone, waiting for his teammates to catch up with him. Well done by Waugh to keep possession, looking for Bolduc. And BC has possession after the steal. Another quick shot by Tyson. And it will be just out of play, and it will be a face-off just to the right of William Blackburn.
Both of these teams holding pretty special places in the history of the tournament. BC, coupled with Alberta and Ontario, are the only 3 provinces to ever win the tournament more than once, and Quebec's 10 medals is amongst the top ever for Canadian provinces and territories.
Quebec certainly on the right track to add to that 10 medals with a current 1-0 lead, and the only perfect record, as Tristan Waugh is going to chase after that, but Graham Sward beats him to that puck. And again, Quebec is able to corral that loose puck. Now it's Larose. Zack Larose in that, behind that British Columbia net. 4 BC players are trying to jam at that puck, but Tristan Waugh just freezing that against his skate and against the boards. And finally broken loose. Tristan Waugh again will get into that corner. And about 15 seconds of Tristan Waugh just holding the puck, the referee not freezing the play. A great battle as the Quebec team is loving it, and it looks like a penalty is going to be drawn on Tristan Waugh as BC will be heading to the box. Zack Larose showing his emotion with Tristan Waugh, very happy, and his teammates definitely appreciate that. And Graham Sward is headed to the sin bin as Quebec in its lethal power play will get their second opportunity. 0 for 1 so far in this game. Offsetting minors as Maxine Pelerin is headed to the box as well. So it looks like it will regain 5-on-5. 4-on-4 is something we haven't seen so far at the downtown arena. A little more skating room for these very quick 16 and 15-year-old players from BC and Quebec. A lot more room and a lot more skill will be used, and some more exciting play for you at home to watch. Tristan Luneau with it on the near side. He's getting up by a couple of BC players, and now he's going to shovel it to number 11, James Malatesta. Quick one-timer by Tinling is going to go well wide, but Quebec regains possession in the BC zone. Truchon back to Tinling behind the BC net, gets tripped up, no penalty. Quebec's looking for a penalty, nothing there. And still with it is James Malatesta. Puck again being frozen behind that BC net. Malatesta this time is the guy freezing that. But now Quebec has possession once again. Tinling now. And sprawling on the ice is Milik. And a quick save having to be made there on Malatesta. Nice move that time by Truchon. Tinling right in front. Can't get a good swing on that. And great chance that time by Truchon, but a good save by Milik. Quebec relentless pressure as Pelerin is heading back to the box. It will be a power play now for Quebec. Newdow just coming off the ice is on the near side behind the net. And here comes the lethal Quebec power play. Newdow all alone, but great save that time by Milik. Leroux getting past a bunch of BC players, but cannot get a shot off. And now it is back to Robida. Rashard in his great stick used that time by Carmichael, flips it in the air. Quebec still has possession. Stefan Robida is the father of Justin Robida, just passing that towards his left. Blocked that time in. A possible breakaway, and here goes number 9 of BC. A great chance and a great goal that time by Caden Bankier. Forehand, backhand, back to his forehand, and slips the 5-hole on William Blackburn, and just like that, that lethal Quebec power play gives up a short-handed goal. And a big goal that was to tie this game at 1 goal apiece.
Caden Bankier has 25 goals in the CSSHL, the most amongst any 03 borns playing in that league.
Bankier clearly a very skilled player and can do it on both ends of the ice, on the penalty kill as well as the power play. That's his 2nd goal in this tournament, and he is no stranger to scoring goals. And BC has some momentum there back in the Quebec end. Quebec end steals that one. And Quebec has to regain this momentum that they just lost to British Columbia. British Columbia has a lot of speed on them. Trevor Wong now with it, and he'll get it back behind the Quebec net. Galloway is going to go back to Wong. Wong handles that, and just off of Blackburn. He didn't find it for a second, but Quebec is able to get it out of their zone. Wong, another steal, and trying to poke that free, but Quebec able to regain possession. Gauthier now just in front, cannot get a stick on that. And now it is BC again regaining possession. Now with the stick, it is Tyson Galloway. Galloway has Wong towards his left. He's going to go to him near side boards, but checked that time by number 4, Rashard. Lots of speed coming up. It is Anthony Bedard with the shot, and good save that time by Melik. Played down with a high stick, but BC is able to gain possession, so the whistle is going to stay unused. Larose is able to steal that, but BC regains possession quickly, and now Sward is able to regain possession, pass that one back to Sward, and the play has settled down. Sward is going to go to Bankier, the recent goal scorer for British Columbia. He's going to fire that in deep. LaRue trying to get it to his teammate Zach Bolduc. He does. Bolduc using the speed very well. Tripped up that time by BC, is on the ground still. LaRue now with possession for Quebec. LaRue still with possession. Going to take a quick shot. Good save by Milk. Going to go for the wraparound. And the net is just off the pegs. Great save right away by Milik. That's about the 4th or 5th time that the net has been knocked off of its moorings on the BC end. And the refs again having a chat with Milik, making sure that it's not intentional that he's doing that, because that would result in a penalty shot for Quebec. Nonetheless, we will have a face-off just to the left of Milik. 10:21 left to go in period number 2, 1-1 after goals scored by Quebec and BC in this period. Quebec scored right away, and BC just recently scored off the stick of Bankier. Tristan Waugh with it inside the near boards. Tinling will poke that free, and now going after that, Olivier Boutin. Tripping penalty that time coming to Tanaka Campbell. He knows it right away. And Quebec will have another chance to get their first power play goal of this game. 0 for 2 so far, surrendering a shorthanded goal earlier on in the period.
Defenseman Boutin here on the ice. Oh, coming off the ice. But he currently leads his league in plus-minus with an impressive plus.
Guevin now with possession after the face-off win by Quebec. Malatesta back to Leno, back to Malatesta with room on that near side. He's going to take a quick shot, deflected just high, and back with Quebec. Leno, he's going to go all the way to the far side now with Tinling. Leno, a quick shot, an easy save that time by Thomas Milik. He'll hang on. Quebec gonna opt to stay with that second power play unit. BC is gonna make some changes on their penalty kill. As we see, Dovar Tingling and number 12 of British Columbia, Carson Latimer in the faceoff dot. Tingling gets tossed out as Malatesta comes in to take his place. Malatesta wins it cleanly. And Luneau take another quick shot, tipped well at the high slot, but Milik able to stay with it the whole way. Malatesta flips that to Luneau, now to Tingling once again. Back to Malatesta, great chance, but great play that time by Carmichael to break up the play. Tingling once again behind him, now to Zack Bolduc. All the way back to Malatesta. Luneau at the point, he's gonna go to Dover Tingling. Another shot high and wide, and it bounces off the boards, and now it's a 2-on-1 for British Columbia. Verdicki's gonna try and find Latimer, excuse me, and it's gonna be a hooking penalty. As Dover Tingling is gonna head to the box with his hands outstretched, wondering what's going on. Ushering to the official what he thought happened, but nonetheless he is gonna sit for 2 or less. And we'll be playing 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute and 2 seconds. A lot of fast skaters on the ice as we see Justine Waugh on the ice for Quebec, one of their top players. Taking the face off. Finn Williams ties him up and wins it. And a quick shot that time by Semenoff is going to go just off the blocker and wide. Justin Waugh. Just broken up that time at the last second by Nolan Bentham. But Newdow is able to get possession once again for Quebec. Semenoff now taking it with it. He's going to flip that to Finn Williams. And another good defensive play by Newdow in the neutral zone. A great defensive move, offensive move I should say. And Justin Waugh, his shot is denied by Milik once again. He's made 26 saves already, and we're just past the halfway mark of this game. A relentless pressure by Quebec in this one. But Milik certainly up to the task. 1-1, and he is one of the main reasons that it is only a 1-1 game. Graham Sward goes behind the net, waiting for his teammates to get ready. Just about a British Columbia power play. 15 seconds left in the penalty for British Columbia. Another minute and 10 seconds left for Quebec's. Great move that time by Zach LaRue, and just cannot finish it as he tries to pull a Peter Forsberg kind of move on Milik, but he's up to the task as per usual. Stankoven with it in the Quebec end. He gets checked, and LaRue will regain possession for Quebec. And a great lead pass will put Justin Robidaw on the offensive end. Milik plays the puck well. It's now a 40-second power play for British Columbia. Trevor Wong, he's going to go to Graham Sward. Now on the stick of Cage Newens. And just a little bit behind Michael Abgrall, and now Quebec has chance and broken up. That time by a good stick use by Graham Sward. Knee on knee there, and Zach LaRue looks skyward, and he's talking to the refs right away. He may be headed to the box for 2 or more after a dangerous play that time, but number 11, Cage Newens, is looking to shake that off. He went to the ice pretty hard. LaRue is heading to the box, and it'll be a 5-on-3 power play for just 13 seconds. LaRue is going to go to the box 2 minutes. Certainly enough time for BC to deadly quickly set up a shot that they want, but only 13 seconds before number 16, Dover Tinling, is coming to the box to regain the only one-man a power play for British Columbia. And a great clear by Quebec by Justine Robidaw. Now with Stankoven. Tinling's out of the box. Now a 5-on-4 for British Columbia. Quickly a shot by Sward deflected, and another chance by Trevor Wong, just cannot get enough of it. And blocked that time by Quebec. Trevor Wong with it in the middle. And he gets out-muscled, and BC will have to regain possession in the neutral zone. Graham Sward gets it once again. Trevor Wong with it at the point. Wong finds Stankoven. Graham Sward with it still. Trevor Wong now on the near side. Back to Swart at the point. A little bit of a weak pass that time by Trevor Wong. Forced Swart to swipe at it. Does manage to keep it in the zone. And now Quebec is able to clear. Graham Sward waits for his teammates to get ready. BC is making some changes. Graham Sward now to Jake Chiason. Banquier now with it on the near side. He throws it in front, looking for Chiason, but just a great defensive play that time by Quebec. The puck is being kept by the boards by Quebec, trying to burn some time off the clock, and frozen that time by Blackburn. And the faceoff will be just towards Blackburn's right. 23 seconds left to go in the British Columbia power play. Zack will be on the ice not too long unless BC is able to get a good shot and pull him past Blackburn in the next 23 seconds. Caden Banquier loses that draw to number 14 of Quebec, Maxon Pellerin. And a big clearance by Quebec. And Leroux will be out of the box in just about 12 seconds. A great chance that time by Chiason, just wide of the net. BC still has possession, but here comes Zach Leroux. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Big keel that time by Quebec. Leroux, great effort. And he's looking to jam one pass, but Milik right there and stones him in front of the goal. Just under 5 left to play in period number 2. 1-1 the score. A very offensive game shots-wise. 29-11 are the shots. But the goals have been hard to come by as the goalies have been standing tall and certainly up to the task. Certainly Milik up to this task. Only 10 saves needed on the Quebec side for William Blackburn. But Thomas Milik has certainly done his part for British Columbia. A quick shot that time by Tinling, and it will be another face-off just inside the British Columbia zone. Won cleanly that time by Alexei Van Hoots and Malatestro. And another save on Malatesta by Milik, and that adds the shot clock to 30, or shot count I should say to 30. 29 saves already by Thomas Milik.
19 members of this British Columbia team have been drafted into the WHL Bantam draft, including the top choice, which was the 5th overall pick to Stankoven.
Tinling, great pass that time, but just tipped wide by Quebec. Tinling still with possession on that far side. Tinling's going to go to Van Hoots. And now back to Tinling. The referee is in the wrong spot at the wrong time as he is getting tangled up with some of the players, and a block that time by Trevor Wong. He's trying to swipe at it to get out of the zone, but still Quebec is able to regain possession and on the attack. Tinling looking for Van Hoot in the middle. And it's in between his skates, and he scores on the backhand. A massive goal for Quebec as Milik did not see so much traffic in front. Van Hoot quickly swiped that on his backhand and found the bottom right corner of the goal. And that restores Quebec's 1-goal lead, 2-1. The score as Van Hoot quickly puts that into the net. And BC was on the defensive end for much too long, just could not clear the zone, and they did get punished as they are now down by 1 goal with under 5 minutes left to go in period number 2. Luneau is going to go to Justin Waugh. And blocked that time. Another glove is off, and number 4, Tyson Galloway, is in some serious discomfort. He's going to go straight to the bench, and trainer's going to look at him right away. His glove is still on the ice. He's shaking his hand. We'll keep you updated to see if there was any severe injury as that puck is flipped out of play, tipped off the stick. That time of number 4, Gilliam Rashard. And the draw will happen just inside the Quebec zone.
Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 56 seconds.
Galloway still crouched over on that BC bench. Trainer's looking at it. It does not look good. And it's unlikely he'll return in this game. But nonetheless, BC does have possession in the Quebec end. Trevor Wong swipes at that. And right in front of the net is a great shot that time by number 10, Jake Chiasson. And the play will be blown dead this time. The net will be off the moorings on the Quebec end. That net certainly has taken a beating in this game 3 or 4 times on the BC end when they are on that end in period number 1. It was knocked off. And now once this period. BC opting to keep the lineup on. That just finished that shift. Quebec will switch it up a little bit. Now coming into the draw will be number 21, Anthony Bedard, after his teammate got tossed out. Trevor Wong now with possession on that far side. Still with it for BC is Stankoven. And loses possession, and now Quebec is quickly off as that stick goes flying into the BC zone. And another good save by Milik. Under 3 left to go in this game at the downtown Service Arena here in Red Deer, Alberta. 2-1 the score between Quebec and BC, with Quebec leading. The winner of this game will face Ontario in the semifinal tomorrow night at Centrium Arena. Diose, and just tipped wide of the goal by a BC player. A lot of sticks in front. I cannot quite choose which player did get the stick on that one, but it is going to be out of play. And another face-off happening in the BC end. It looks like Galloway has headed to the dressing room and will be playing at least in this period. We'll see if he can make it into period 3. He did look like he was in some severe discomfort as he skated off the ice, shaking his right hand. And now with it for Quebec is number 19, Zack Bolduc. Bolduc takes a quick shot, that time blocked by Jack O'Brien. Diose, a quick shot in. The save was there by Milik, but not enough as the rebound quickly went to Leroux. But Milik right there once again and making one of his 34 saves already, and we have not hit the second intermission. Two minutes 25 left to go in period number 2. 36-13. The shots on goal in favor of Quebec. One cleanly by Pelerin. Guevin now takes a shot, and a lot of bodies in front once again, but tipped aside by Milik. Pelerin battling behind that BC net. Leroux now with possession. Guevin's going to go across the point, and another good save by Milik on the shot by Rashard. And Guevin does well to keep the puck in the zone, but now it's a 2-on-1 for BC. Banquier is going to go to Finn Williams, who whistles one wide. Zack Bolduc on the near side trying to get by Bentham. And he does well, but tripped up by Bentham. No call. And the puck is now deep into the BC zone. Graham Swire trying to chip it in front, but Quebec again can keep it in the zone. And now another misplay by Quebec is allowing BC to have another chance at the attack. On the ground and trying to swipe at that was number 16 of BC, Semenoff, but Quebec trying to get that lead pass to create some open ice, excuse me. Now Dover Tingling makes a move on the BC defender and still has possession. A penalty coming to BC. It will be a tripping penalty, and it looks like it will be number 11, Cage Newens, heading to the box. Quebec is going to bring out their top power play unit for the likely end of this period. 59.8 seconds left to go. In the period of number 2, they lead 2-1, and they lead the shots 37-13. Justin Waugh and Finn Williams going at it, tied up, and Quebec is able to regain possession. Waugh trying to take a quick shot is tied up, and BC is able to clear the zone all the way down for William Blackburn to play the puck in his own end.
TBC penalties on 18 side, Tanaka, Campbell. 2 minutes of tripping.
Now with it is Roby. He has space, and he's going to try and go short side on Melick, and he'll go high and out of play for another faceoff just outside of the BC zone. That top line of Robida, Leroux, and Waugh still out there, as well as Newdow and Rashard. Leroux with possession. He's going to drop that for Rashard. Justin Waugh on that far side finds Robida on the point. Back to Justin Waugh. Another quick shot blocked that time by Finn Williams. Waugh with it once again, circles back, another big save by Melick. And 12 seconds left to go in period number 2, a 2-on-2 this time for BC. Finn Williams just chips that in front, blocked and high of the net. And that will do it for period number 2. 3 goals in period number 2 that we got to witness. 2 of them were scored on to Thomas Melick. And that gives Quebec a 2-1 lead heading into the second intermission. Quebec leads in the shots department in a wide margin, 39-13. We'll be back with more period number 3 action in just about 15 minutes from Red Deer, Alberta at the Downtown Service Center.
Just an updated score for the Century Arena. Team Alberta 8, New Brunswick 3 at the end of the second period.
just about ready to begin period number 3 of this quarterfinal between Quebec and British Columbia. All the goals were scored in period number 2. Quebec scored early on. British Columbia stormed back and got the game tied up at 1, and Quebec scored early, or late on I should say, in a period number 2, as a power play is going to start period number 1, or period number 3, excuse me, for Quebec. And now it'll be a 5-on-3 for just under a minute for Quebec. So this is a prime opportunity to increase that lead from 1 to 2. And Quebec, unsurprisingly, has the line of Justin Waugh, Justin Robida, and Zack Larose on the ice right now. Newdow and Rashard out there as well. It looks like Graham Sward headed straight to the dressing room after being assigned the penalty. It may have been a match penalty. It did not look as bad on the ice. We'll see if there was an update on that. Number 8, Michael Abgrell, is serving the penalty for Sward. But we're just about ready to begin the play once again. 12 seconds in already. The first penalty in period number 3 is going to extend that power play now to a 5-on-3 for Quebec. Larose is now going to go to Rashard. Roby and tipped by British Columbia. Larose ready to get a shot on net, but unable to do that as the stick redirected that puck. Larose now storming into the zone. He's going to circle back, and now Rashard with it at the blue line. Roby and just out of the reach of Justin Waugh. And now we'll go back to Larose. Waugh has it on the near side. Larose back to Waugh and just redirected and behind the net. Waugh is going to go once again and trying to slip that past the 5-hole of Milik. That time was Newdow. Now just the one power play, 4 men on for BC. And it will be offside, and this faceoff will happen just outside of the British Columbia zone. And the power play unit of Quebec not able to get it done on that 5-on-3. Not really any prime scoring opportunities. Great job by British Columbia to make sure that the penalty kill did its job. Malatesta is going to go all the way back, but chipped out by BC. And now Tanaka Campbell is going to chase down Quebec, and they will regroup behind their own net. Malatesta, he's going to take a quick shot off the blocker of Milik. And it'll go back to Luneau. Lots of space, and another pad save by Milik. He's certainly been busy already. 41 saves in this game, and we're just beginning period number 3. Tristan Luneau is going to take it all the way himself, enter the zone, and he's going to drop it back. Now with it, and right in front, a great opportunity he had. Milik on the ground, it was Jacob Guevin, but just cannot get a shot on target, and that will go up and out of play, and it looks like there should be glass on the ice, if I'm not mistaken, maybe snow. It hit the top of the roof here at the downtown service center, and something fell down. It was white, and it looks like just snow, and we can just get that off the ice and resume play as soon as possible. Referee's just sorting that up, and we're just about 3 minutes into a period number 3, or excuse me, 2 minutes into period number 3. 2-1, the score for Quebec over BC in this quarterfinal game. The winner will advance to the semifinal tomorrow to take on Ontario. Ontario will beat Manitoba 6-3 in the earlier quarterfinal game here in downtown Red Deer. Tristan Waugh is going to take this. He's going to go towards his right. And not able to handle that is Bedard, and now BC has a 2-on-1. Tanaka Campbell driving towards the net, but the shot was taken by Stankoven, and it will be an easy save for Blackburn. And off of his blocking out of play, and it will be another face-off inside the Quebec zone. Now with it inside their own end, it will be Zack Beauduc. Streaking into that BC zone on the near side. He's going to chip that towards his teammate. He's going to give it right back to him. A quick shot by Leroux and tipped in front and out of play. Still with it, Stankoven on that far side. He's going to go into the slot, but great defensive play that time by Quebec. Leroux, he has Pellerin with him. Beauduc is trailing, and Beauduc has lots of space inside, and another great save by Milliken will hit his glove and go out of play for another face-off. 45 shots now registered on Milik, and only 2 have gone into the net. Great opportunity for Quebec on that shot by Beauduc, but another great save by Milik. Coming in to take the draw for Quebec, Justin Robida. He loses that one, and now British Columbia is off to the races, but quickly stolen, and Quebec can regain possession. Nice play there in the neutral zone, giving Robida a chance. And a quick shot, that time by Newdow, and another save by Milik off of his stick and out of play. And another face-off into the British Columbia end. Quebec, has had relentless pressure to start this third period, which included a 5-on-3 power play that they were unable to convert. And usually after a power play, or a penalty kill I should say, there's some momentum given on that penalty killing team, but Quebec has just stored back, and now Justin Robida with a quick shot catches Thomas Milik off guard, and now Quebec is off to a 3-1 lead on shot number 48 on Milik. Justin Robida spun around quickly and took a shot on Milik, who was not ready for it, sneaked through his 5-hole. Great heads-up play that time by the captain of this Quebec team. And Robida gets his 4th goal of the tournament. BC certainly now a mountain to climb to get back into this game. They stormed back from 1-0 down. They were never down 2-0. So we'll see how they react to being 2 goals down in the third period of this quarterfinal game. Like I mentioned before, the winner of this game will play Ontario tomorrow. Quebec currently lead 3-1 after that recent goal less than 30 seconds ago, scored by Justin Robida. Another quick shot by Josh Roy. Now Joshua Waugh taking it in once again, and he will lose possession. Waugh is doing his best to get it once again, in Newdow trying to spin around and get a quick shot, but it's blocked by BC, and they're coming up the ice once again. Joshua Waugh now in alone, and great defensive play from behind him is BC. Robina, another quick shot, and Waugh is in front. Milik just standing tall and not allowing any space for them to get a quick shot, and BC will clear that out once again, and both teams will make changes. Guevin, all the way around the BC goal, is going to circle back, and now he's going to find Luneau. Luneau, the hard pass to Malatesta is going to be a little bit too high for him, and it's going to be cleared out by British Columbia. Now a 3-on-2 for Quebec. Luneau with possession goes through the legs that time of Carmichael, but just a little bit too high. Quebec still with possession after Trevor Wong loses the stick, and Thomas Milik will opt to hang on and create the face-off just towards his left, and more relentless pressure by Quebec. Really controlling this game. BC only has one shot in this period. Quebec has 10 already. The draw that time won by Quebec. Will be in the BC zone once again, and they'll be blown dead. A hand pass, says the referee, and will go just outside of the British Columbia zone. We've played just over 5 minutes here in this game between Quebec and British Columbia, the quarterfinal of the Canada Winter Games Under-16 men's hockey competition. The winner of this game will be playing Ontario in the semifinal tomorrow. Tinling spins around and ties up a couple players. Is able to get a quick shot, but Milik makes the easy blocker saves on him. Still with it in the corner is Tinling. And now BC trying to get a little bit going, but Quebec is just smothering every single opportunity that they get. And there's clearly some frustration going on in the British Columbia bench. Nathan Gauthier loses the puck, and now BC trying to get something going, but another turnover and just flipped into the BC end. And Quebec will now have possession once again. A great opportunity, and number 21, Anthony Bedard, is going to give Quebec a 3-goal lead. A great pass that time on the far side. It looked like that was number 25, Nathan Gauthier of Quebec, feeding Bedard, who is all alone on the goalie, and flipped it over his glove. And Quebec has stormed out in this period and grabbed 2 early leads within 6 minutes. And they are clearly in control of this one. After the goal, that time by Anthony Bedard. That draw that time won by Finn Williams, but Quebec is able to gain possession. Larose coming in to the BC end with some speed. And now it'll be number 8, Tristan Luneau. Finn Williams now to Semenoff. Semenoff back to Williams, trying to get a shot off, and that time a good glove save, his first of the period, by number 31, William Blackburn. And it can be tough sometimes when you're a goalie, when you have really no action for 5 or 6 minutes, to all of a sudden be asked to make a big save like Blackburn just was, but he was up to the challenge. And he keeps this a 3-goal hockey game for his team. Quebec 4-1. The score we played just over 6 minutes here at the downtown Service Arena in Red Deer. Guevin's going to chip that to his teammate, number 4, Rashard. And now it will be number 17, Stank, home and stealing possession and looking to flip it towards his teammate, number 4, Tyson Galloway, who is injured in the second period. Looks to be all right. Galloway regains possession for British Columbia just in front of his own net. And Trevor Wong looks to get a touch on it, but just a little bit in front of that red line. And it will be an icing call against British Columbia, who have had really no opportunities rather than that last one about 30 seconds ago. A quick shot was taken by Finn Williams, the only really chance that they had in this third period. Quebec doing a great job of controlling this third period and making sure there's just no chance for them to relinquish this lead. Trevor Wong's going to flip that into the neutral end, and Stangoven will get possession back with Trevor Wong. Guevin's going to chip that to his teammate Joshua Waugh. And Waugh, great lead pass. That time to Justin Robida, back to Waugh. A nice move that time, and a great save that time by Thomas Milik. Stoning Olivier Newdow right in front of the net, getting that right pad out. Milik now with 50 saves in this game. And a lead pass now. Alexei Vanut is going to go off the pipe and in. A great lead pass by Joshua Waugh is going to give Alexei Vanut his second goal of this game. And just pile on that lead. Now 4 goals is the lead for Quebec, 5-1 the score. 3 goals already in 7 minutes and 24 seconds, or 26 seconds, excuse me, in period number 3, and Quebec has come out of the gate storming after only being up 2-1 heading into the break. They are clearly showing that they are the premier team in these men's hockey competition, the only team to go 3-0 in the preliminary round. And now with it behind his own net, it is Michael Deote. Another pass, Malatesta will touch that, but it will be a delayed penalty. And I'm unsure who is heading to the box. It looks like it will be a Quebec player going to the box, but the referee is just not sure which one it is. There are 5 British Columbia skaters in their own zone, and now Michael Deote is heading towards the sin bin. He's going to sit for 2 or less. And British Columbia is going to need to get something going on this power play if they want to have any chance of getting back into this game. Just over 12 minutes left to play in this one. Quebec, who was only up 2-1 heading into the intermission, now up 5-1, thanks to the recent goal of Alexei Van Hoots. And that play knocked down with a high stick, and it will be a face-off in the neutral area. I was mentioning British Columbia really having to get something going in this game if they want to get any sort of comeback mounting. Down by 4 goals, and their heads are certainly down, frustrated with how this third period has gone so far. Just pure dominance by the Quebec team in this third period. British Columbia only has 1 shot on net so far, only 16 throughout this whole game. And cleared all the way back down the ice. And now with it, Nolan Bentham. Bentham drops it back toward his teammate Jason. And stripped of the puck is number 15 for British Columbia. And another hard play by Quebec. And they are able to keep possession in the British Columbia zone and burn time off of that power play for British Columbia. Still with it on that near side boards. About 5 or 6 players are huddled around the puck trying to free it loose, and now British Columbia finally is able to get the puck and bring it up towards that Quebec end. Jason tips it in, he's going to go in for a change, and 5 new players out for British Columbia. Cleared all the way down, and right on that puck was number 21, Bedard, who already has 1 goal in this period. Trevor Wong trying to get a stick on that, trying to pass it to his teammate, but just out of his reach. Wong with it once again. Wong's going to shoot just high and above the net. Behind the net for British Columbia, now Stankoven. Stankoven's going to take a shot and glove down by Blackburn, and he will freeze that. 10.5 left to go in period number 3. 25 seconds left to go in the penalty to Michael Deote of Quebec. Zack Bolduc will be taking this face-off against Trevor Wong of British Columbia. Wong uses a skate to get that bat to his teammate Stankoven. Now with Wong back once again. Stankoven on the near side boards, back to Wong on the far side. Trying to get something going is British Columbia. The net is knocked off the pegs once again. And we'll have yet another face-off. Just 7 seconds left to go in the penalty to Michael Deote. 10.5 left to go in period number 3. 55-17. The shot on net in favor of Quebec. Just a dominant game for Quebec so far, and a lead that is unlikely to be given up. But BC could get a couple goals quickly. And the penalty is now over. Diote heading back to the Quebec bench. Carmichael is now going to go to Wong, but right to Maxime Pellerin, and he's going to keep it in. Stankoven still on the ice from that power play. He's going to skate that all the way into behind the Quebec bench, or Quebec net, excuse me. And a long shot just wide of the Quebec goal. Carmichael trying to keep that in. It's going to go all the way back. Stankoven trying to find Trevor Wong, who is another one of those players who's been out for a long period of time, and now it's a 2-on-1. It's Leroux. He's going to try and find his teammate. Nice saucer pass by Leroux. Olivier Boutin just cannot get that one on target, and he's going to skate all the way back. And a goal that time by Stankoven. Catches William Blackburn off guard. He catches them blocker side, and that's certainly one that William Blackburn want to have back, but nonetheless, BC is given a sliver of hope after a goal by Logan Stankoven of Kamloops, British Columbia. Puts BC on the scoreboard in period number 3. 9 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in this one. And British Columbia just given a little bit of life. Ty Gibson trying to get by the Quebec defender, Justin Roby. He does successfully, and now it's inside the Quebec zone. Now Quebec will go to number 12, Newdow. And all the way out after the clear by British Columbia. Robida is going to go to Deote. Newdow will tip that in. Icing waved off. Never mind, icing was not waved off. No touch by Newdow. I stand corrected by the referees, and it will be a face-off just inside the Quebec zone. Trevor Wong still on the ice after a very quick break. He's going to be seeing a lot of ice time if BC wants to see any sort of comeback. Trevor Wong does lead BC in scoring 7 points, thanks to a 4-point night last night when they beat Prince Edward Island by a score of 15-1. And a quick shot that time by Jake Chiasson, who had 4 goals against Prince Edward Island. And it's going to be a interference penalty for Stankoven, who recently trimmed the Quebec lead from 4-3. The net is well off of its moorings after Stankoven collided with the goaltender. And Quebec can get the opportunity to regain that 4-goal lead with a power play goal. They lead in the shots department 55-20 with 8.5 left to go in period number 3. 2-minute power play coming now for Quebec after Stankoven goes to the box for interference. Quebec just holding that puck along the boards now with Luneau. A quick shot that time, and a great save by Milikoff of the shot of James Malatesta. And Luneau spins back and regains possession. Good forecheck by Finn Williams, is able to get the puck on the penalty kill inside the Quebec zone. Finn Williams still with possession, now with Semenoff. Galloway is going to put a quick shot on Blackburn and test him, but it will be an easy glove save for Blackburn. Flips that down towards his teammate. And still BC putting on a good forecheck inside that Quebec zone. But Malatesta able to get it out, and Quebec is now on the attack once again. Malatesta is not able to handle that, goes right through his feet. And Quebec's going to have to go all the way outside and regroup once again. Malatesta still with it. And he's just going to dump that in now with Zack Bolduc. Dover Tinling, and he will not find his teammate Justin Robida, and will go all the way down to Quebec end of the ice. Guevin is trying to find Zack Bolduc on that far side. And good play that time by Josh Waugh. He has space and going to take a shot, but blocked that time by number 6 of British Columbia, Jack O'Brien. Zack Bolduc is going to flip that into the British Columbia end, but easily handled by O'Brien. He will just clear that down the ice. 17 seconds left to go in the Quebec power play. Trevor Wong is going to take that up himself and check that time by Roby. Regains possession for Quebec. Trevor Wong has it in the slot, but just cannot handle that pass from Jake Chiasson. Leroux trying to swat at that, get some possession for Quebec. He does end up getting possession and just flipping that into the British Columbia zone. Chiasson's going to go to Stankoven coming out of the box. Stankoven's going to take another shot, trying to go 5-hole off the stick and into the corner by William Blackburn. Now with Bentham. He's going to try and get a shot, and another goal by Stankoven. Logan Stankoven with the second of the period after a redirection in the high slot by Quebec. And it's now 5-3 for British Columbia, which was once 5-1, and they had their heads down looking frustrated. A couple goals by Logan Stankoven within 3 or 4 minutes of each other has given British Columbia a little bit of life. Just under 6 minutes left to go as you see Quebec giving their goaltender a pat on the back, saying it's all right, we're good. But it is 2-goal lead, and as most athletes know, a 2-goal lead sometimes can be the worst in hockey. As you look at, you may be comfortable, but a quick 2 goals by Stankoven is enough to give British Columbia a little bit of hope in this one, as Quebec is forced to call a timeout and talk things over. 56-23, the shots on target in favor of Quebec, who really dominated the first 7 or 8 minutes of this period. But British Columbia, after that goal and after that penalty kill, and now another goal by Logan Stankoven, are look to build on this and make it even closer and trying to shock not only themselves but Quebec if they come away with this game over the top-ranked Quebec team, who finished the preliminary round with a perfect 3-0 record. Vladimir and Gauthier are in the face-off dot. We're just waiting for an update from the scorer's table. The referee is by the desk waiting for something. And it looks like we're good to go. Vladimir Gauthier wins that one cleanly, and it's going to go all the way to his defenseman, Tristan Waugh. We'll take that. Waugh still with it on the near side. He's going to take a quick shot. Easy save that time by Milik once again. And that one's going to go high and wide. Intercepted that time by Gauthier. And another quick shot by Tristan Waugh. And BC looking to get out of the zone. It's been in the BC zone for about 30 seconds now. Good pressure by Quebec after the goal to get some offensive attacks. And now BC looking to counter. Jack O'Brien is going to circle back. He has Galloway with him. Galloway's going to take a quick shot. Redirected, high slot tip that time, but great reactionary save by William Blackburn. Still in the Quebec zone. It will be Gauthier trying to get out of it. And now a quick shot by Trevor Wong, and a great opportunity. And the net is loose once again, and Trevor Wong having a conversation with the referee. He's not happy, but he may not be happy with himself after he missed a glorious opportunity to make this a 1-goal game alone in the slot. But a great save by William Blackburn. Draw one by Quebec, just circled around the boards in their own zone. Van Hoot already has 2 goals in this game, trying to get his third, which would really help Quebec in this one, as they've lost a little bit of momentum after a couple goals by Logan Stankoven in this third period. Has cut that 5-1 lead by Quebec to 5-3, and that's where we stand, just under 5 minutes left to go in the game. And it's going to be offside, as Trevor Wong, who dropped it back to Jake GSM, was just a little bit in front of him, and he's gonna put his head to the skies as he missed that opportunity. It was a 3-on-2 for British Columbia, but broken up by that offside call. British Columbia wins that draw. Ty Gibson is going to take a quick shot. Good save that time by William Blackburn. Big rebound, and British Columbia is able to regain possession. And another net is knocked off the moorings by William Blackburn. Maybe we're taking a look at those pegs, as that is the third time in about 5 minutes that net has been knocked off.
Nets coming off the hooks has been a consistent issue in this arena. In one of the Newfoundland games, I saw it happen like 5 to 6 times in a single period at least.
We'll see if that continues to be a problem in this one, as, like you said, it's continuing to be a problem in this arena, not only this game.
No, and it's both ends of the ice too, so it's not any one particular goaltender.
In the Quebec zone, it is number 16 gaining possession for British Columbia. Semenoff just loses possession, but it's still regained by British Columbia. Great forecheck now with Williams trying to get something going for British Columbia. Quebec holding it against the boards. Under 4 minutes left to go in this third period. Quebec now able to get out of the zone, and they have numbers coming up. Joshua Waugh is going to flip it to Newdow, and he will just clear that into the BC zone. Just cleared down the ice that time by number 5, Jacob Guevin. And another face-off will be on the way. It looks to be inside the British Columbia zone. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left to go in this one. 5-3 the score. Quebec leads British Columbia in this quarterfinal game. The winner of this one will play Ontario in the semifinals tomorrow. Larose is going to go to Truchon. The high tip, and not expecting that was Melik, and another chance, and Larose will score for Quebec, making it a 6-3 lead for the Quebec team after a high slot tip got Melik out of his position, and Larose pounced on that rebound and got yet another goal to add to his tally, his high tally of goals in this one. He has his 2 already in this game, 9 so far in the tournament. Just an unbelievable tournament so far by Zack Larose. Larose now with it, taking the puck off the faceoff, looking to get another shot on, and another save by Melik. 60 shots on net in favor of Quebec, 27 for BC. Although Melik has let in 6 goals, he's made 54 saves. And that time a save by William Blackburn, in the play blown dead after he freezes that one after a nice glove save.
Scored by number 10, Zack, assist by number 14, Maxon, Pellerin, and number 19, Zack. Time on the goal.
Pelerin and Bolduc getting the assists on that recent Larose goal, adding to their point totals in this tournament so far. A lot of players on the Quebec team near the top of that point leaderboard. Larose certainly one of them, as is Joshua Waugh, who came in this game with 10 points, picked up 2 already in this game, so he's certainly near the top of the leaderboard with 12. Into the BC end, it is Tristan Waugh now behind the net. He's going to try and center that in front, but it will be a good defensive play by British Columbia to try and clear that zone. Taking it up himself, it will be number 2, Nolan Bentham, but it is now a 2-on-1 in favor of Quebec. He's going to drop it back, and another big save by Mildick. And BC will regain possession. Logan Stankoven, who has 2 goals in this period, who made the game 5-2 and 5-3 and gave British Columbia some hope. And his stick is caught inside of the jersey of number 11. That was James Malatesta. Playing blow dead after a frozen puck by number 31, William Blackburn. A minute and 52 left to go in the third period, and what is all but confirmed to be a Team Quebec win, and they will meet Team Ontario in the semifinals. A timeout called by Team British Columbia.
30-second timeout, Team British Columbia.
The net is empty for the British Columbia team, 6-on-5 for the time being. Minute 52 left, 6 skaters on for BC, 5 for Team Quebec. And the tied-off face-off, BC does have possession. Stankoven once again with it, just in front of Blackburn, and a broken stick. That time with the slap shot by a number 5. Ty Gibson. It's now Anthony Baydard, who has possession in the neutral zone, loses it, but now Gauthier is going to take a shot at the empty net, just fired wide, and BC will regain possession. Logan Stankoven. He's going to take it himself and just flipped into the zone that time by Jake Chiasson. Now with Tyson Galloway trying to find Chiasson in the far corner, and now will be Malatesta all alone, and this will all but do it, and he's going to fire that in the empty net. 7-3 now for Team Quebec, and that will surely put them through towards the semifinal. They will be playing Ontario tomorrow night at the Centrium Arena after a dominant win by Team Quebec. They dominated the first 7 minutes of this period, just relentless pressure. British Columbia was just trying to get it out of the zone, but Quebec just pounding them, and then eventually after the goal by Logan Stankoven that made it 5-2. Momentum really did shift, and then a good penalty kill by British Columbia. Another goal by Stankoven made it 5-3. Zack Larose made it 6-3 with just about 5 minutes left to play in that recent goal by Malatesta made it 7-3, and we are just about 30 seconds away from confirming that Quebec will be playing Ontario in tomorrow's semifinal. Malatesta gets around the British Columbia defender, and he's going to give it to Tinling, and Milik will have to make yet another save. He's made 60 or 56 saves in this game already. So an unbelievable game from Thomas Milik, but Quebec just too much for him. Firing too many shots on target and not a lot of support. Only 30 shots for British Columbia, with 3 getting past William Blackburn of the Quebec goal. Gauthier will chip that into the British Columbia zone. 15 seconds left on the clock, and a slashing penalty, it looks to be, on Jack O'Brien. And that'll just be icing on the cake for British Columbia, who will have to finish this 13.5 seconds left of the game with only 4 men. Gauthier taking the draw. He will be going up against Tanaka Campbell. Tanaka Campbell does win that one, and with lots of speed here is Todd Gibson. He's just going to shoot that down the ice. Blackburn able to play that puck, and Diote is not giving a good pass towards his teammate. Almost picked off that time by Semenoff, but that will do it as we hear the final buzzer sound which will confirm that Quebec will be playing Ontario tomorrow in the semifinal game of the Canada Winter Games men's hockey division, as British Columbia, their tournament will come to a close. A great effort that time by British Columbia, specifically the goaltender having to make 56 saves in this one. But Quebec just too high-powered of an offense, and they will win this one 7-3. And we hope to see you tune in tomorrow as we have two semifinal games. Tomorrow evening, Quebec and Ontario will be one. We are still yet to see which team will be playing in the second semifinal, but we hope to see you tune in for. Zack, I hope you have a great rest of your night.